Just when I think that humanity couldn't possibly reach a new level of depravity, of corruption, of evil, Nikki Haley says, hold my beer.
Welcome, you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in on this episode. If you are joining for the very first time, thank you as well for clicking on this video. For the past 2 days now, Nikki Haley has been trending. She always, trend for so many wrong things. If you don't remember Nikki Haley, she was the same woman who said America is not a racist country. Oh, she put it this way. She said, growing up, she experienced so much racism, and now America is not a racist country. Like, she just keeps on contradicting whatever it is that she has been saying. She was captured, which I actually thought it was fake because I know she always trends for the wrong thing. Maybe people are just trying to troll her. I had a hard time believing that that picture was real. Nikki Haley was in Israel and she was seen signing on the missiles that was supposed to be dropped on the people of Palestine to them, saying that finish them all, America loves Israel, and maybe a date or something on that missile. As someone's mother, someone's auntie, someone's sister, someone's daughter, you already know what that thing is going to do to the people of Palestine. This thing is going to kill the kids in this particular country, but you decided to sign on it because why? Because you decided to make yourself an instrument to be used. There's so many people who do not even believe that it was real, just like I did not believe, because as a woman, as a mother, why would you even sign? To clear out generations, she felt it was okay. She signed and even posed with a missile. People have been talking about it. So without wasting much time, let's just get right into it.
Just when I think that humanity couldn't possibly reach a new level of depravity, of corruption, of evil, Nikki Haley says, hold my beer. The thought of signing my name on a missile, knowing that it is intended to kill people, like I can't wrap my head around that. I can't fathom that. Like it doesn't process in my brain. And I have to wonder, do you think it tickles her fancy to think that in somebody's final moments, as they look up to the sky and missiles are starting to rain down, and right before one hits them right between the eyes and shatters every bone in their body and incinerates their flesh into the ground, she thinks, I wonder if they saw my name written on that missile. I wonder if they saw the little heart I drew on it. You have to be sick. You have to be deranged to do something like that. But of course, life matters. We can't have abortions because lives matter. Make it make sense. But anyway, please go to my page and find anybody that you want and donate some money if you can. And even better, sign it Heart Nikki when you make the donation.
This is the behavior of a sociopath. You don't have a medical degree, you're not a doctor, you can't diagnose anyone. You don't need a degree to diagnose this.
Shocked doesn't even begin to describe it, but mark my words, this picture will be in every history textbook one day. This is Nikki Haley, as in US presidential candidate Nikki Haley, writing a message on artillery shells that are in Israel that are going to be fired into Gaza. Let's take a closer look at the message that she's written, shall we? It says, finish them! America, heart Israel. Always, Nikki Haley. I checked, this is being reported by many reputable sources. As you and I know very well by now, the US has continued to arm and fund this genocide that Israel is enacting upon the Palestinian people. Just last week, remember, the ICJ ordered Israel to stop its invasion of Rafah. Who continues to arm them anyway? The US. I need to remind us all that this is a legally binding order from the International Court of Justice. When Israel, as well as the US, as well as the 191 other countries that are member states of the UN, signed the UN Charter and became member states of the United Nations, they agree to be bound by the rulings of its court. So I just need to revisit all of this. Former US presidential candidate Nikki Haley writing a message and signing it on these artillery shells that Israel is using on Gaza. Finish them! America loves Israel. Always Nikki Haley. This is a level of depraved I do not know how to wrap my head around. But I don't know why all of TikTok isn't talking about it. Just share this as much as you can, because what the...
Nikki Haley signing this Israeli missile is peak white feminism. And yes, I know Nikki Haley is of Indian descent. But at its core, what white feminism is upholding the system of white supremacy through the guise of feminism. She writes, finish them. America hearts Israel always. And instead of wanting equality, it is buying into patriarchal norms of dominance and violence. And it's basically just a way for white women and sometimes brown women like Nikki Haley to find power through their proximity to white masculinity. It is basically just riding the coattails of white supremacy. And it is a reminder that while representation has its value in certain ways, it can also be weaponized and wielded violently, the way that Nikki Haley does. What's even more disturbing is that this happened recently while Israel was bombing Rafah, which was supposed to be a safe zone.
When I saw this news about Nikki Haley, I literally thought it was fake. I thought they were bringing up something she did years ago to make her look bad now. But I was wrong. She did this less than a week ago. She recently went to Israel and signed a missile with her name and the words, "Finish them. America loves Israel always." Now I know what some of you guys are going to say. Oh, she's just referring to Hamas. She's not referring to the civilians in Palestine. Here is the speech she gave that day.
To go in there and make sure they eliminate Hamas. You'll remember when this happened. I said, finish them. They need to finish Hamas. Don't stop until they finish.
Notice how she said, "Don't stop until you're finished," meaning even if we have to unalive hundreds or thousands of civilians, keep going until we've reached our goal. And we know she meant that because that's literally what's happening. So writing something like this on a missile is so tone deaf. I know finding Hamas is important, but like somebody on this app said, this is like when the Boston Marathon happened and we were trying to find the culprit. If we bombed all of Boston to try to find them versus just doing what we did, which is due diligence, research to find the people that were responsible. I don't care if they say this was accidental. A lot of civilian lives are being taken and in danger. The juice is not worth the squeeze here.
I'm still trying to process the fact that Nikki Haley signed a bomb saying finish them and told the Israeli soldiers to send it to Rafah to bomb the people and kill them. That's wild. This is why I understand why people say they don't fuck with politicians, because they do a lot of fucked up shit and shady stuff behind closed doors, or even if it's not behind closed and it's front and center in front of the whole world, they do not give a fuck. And it's sad because she think that it is okay to kill millions and millions of innocent women, children, men, and it's just like, yo, what if that was your kid? What if that was your husband? What if that was you? Like, I really just don't understand why people can't have sympathy and empathy for other people in this world. It is quite literally disgusting to me, the fact that she even sent a bomb over to Rafah. That's crazy to me.
A few years back, I was at a women's march in Houston, Texas, where I was with tens of thousands of women as they were marching for women's freedom. And we were at this clash between protesters and counter-protesters, and all the women were chanting, "Her body, her choice." I was right there with them. And the counter-protesters had these big boards of mutilated fetuses, big images, just the ugliest thing you could possibly, just grotesque. Well, I saw something incredibly grotesque yesterday. It was a baby without a head. And then I saw those same pro-life people, i.e. Nikki Haley, signing a bomb that's going to take the lives of more brown babies. Christians do not mean anything they say. Not in this country. In this country, they are nothing but a fart in the wind. I said it. Come for me.
This is something that I myself find so hard to even understand, or just like, I want to see where she's coming from and what makes her feel like it is okay to sign on bombs that will kill thousands of people, saying finish them all. America loves the people who are attacking you guys. Like, isn't that the craziest thing? Like, the level of boldness you need to have to stand right and tall and say, yes, I don't have compassion, lack empathy, and yes, even though kids are going to die, even though babies who don't choose to be in that situation are going to die, you know what? finish them all. And like one of the stitch said, like maybe she's wondering that when that bomb is dropping, like she's wondering if they are going to see her name on the bomb and say, yes, okay, this is the one from Nikki Haley. Tell me why, as a brown person, you will lack so much empathy on your brothers and sisters and just sign a bomb and say, finish them all. And to what extent? Like, how much is the pay? How much is really the pay? What are they going to use to compensate you for doing all of that? Do you have kids? Do you even care about how your kids are going to be seen when you're gone, knowing fully well this is what their mother was doing while she was alive? Like, it's not making any sense. And yes, the media is going to keep this image because we know for a fact that they will need it. Even though we know at the point where they will need it, we will be the ones to need it. They won't need it, but we'll make sure to bring it out because we know they need it. So let me hear what you guys think about this. Did you by any chance come across this post maybe on Facebook or on Twitter? Because I saw some of these pictures as well going viral on Facebook and as well on Twitter. Like, how did this even make sense in any level to be signing on bombs and saying finish them? Let's continue this conversation in the comment section and make sure you continue to repost. Is a picture going viral saying all eyes on Rafa? Please make sure to repost as well so that other people who don't know what is going on get to see what is going on. My profile on Instagram have all these things posted on their story. So even if you don't know what is going on, by the time 10 people see 10 consecutive posts of the same thing, they will pause and ask themselves, what does all eyes on Rafa means? And they are going to see and search and know what is going on. Because even though there are people who are loud about this, there are still some people who don't know about what is going on. So make sure you continue to share. Make sure you continue to donate if you can. Make sure you do what you can do, because if these people succeed in wiping these people out, we don't know who and what is next. I am going to see you guys in the next one. Make sure you subscribe.